Assassin's Creed is back. Assassin's Creed Mirage galvanizes fans with brilliant trailer indicating the game going back to roots. Mirage is an action-adventure stealth game intended to be reminiscent of older Assassin's Creed titles, being more linear and story-focused and reducing the number of role-playing elements present in recent installments of the series. The game is set principally in Baghdad, which is divided into 4 districts, but also features Alamut, the fortress headquarters of the Hidden Ones. Parkour, close-quarter combat, and stealth are core elements of the gameplay. Mirage also marks the return of the black box assassination missions from Assassin's Creed Unity and Assassin's Creed Syndicate, in which players have to explore the environment to find different ways to reach and eliminate their targets. As a Hidden One, Basim will have a large arsenal of weapons and tools at his disposal, including the signature assassin hidden blade and smoke bombs. The metaphor of a golden age began to be applied in 19th-century literature about Islamic history, in the context of the Western aesthetic fashion known as Orientalism. The author of a handbook for travelers in Syria and Palestine in 1868 observed that the most beautiful mosques of Damascus were like Mohammedanism itself, now rapidly decaying and relics of the golden age of Islam. There is no unambiguous definition of the term, and depending on whether it is used with a focus on cultural or on military achievement, it may be taken to refer to rather disparate time spans. Thus, one 19th-century author would have it extend to the duration of the Caliphate, or to 6.5 centuries, while another would have it end after only a few decades of Rashidun conquests, with the death of Umar and the first fitna. Improvements to the astrolabe was one of the achievements of this era. During the early 20th century, the term was used only occasionally and often referred to as the early military successes of the Rashidun caliphs. It was only in the second half of the 20th century that the term came to be used with any frequency, now mostly referring to the cultural flourishing of science and mathematics under the caliphates during the 9th to 11th centuries, between the establishment of organized scholarship in the House of Wisdom and the beginning of the Crusades, but often extended to include part of the late 8th or the 12th to early 13th centuries. Definitions may still vary considerably. Equating the end of the Golden Age with the end of the Caliphates is a convenient cutoff point based on a historical landmark, but it can be argued that Islamic culture had entered a gradual decline much earlier. Thus, Khan, 2003, identifies the proper Golden Age as being the 2 centuries between 750 and 950, arguing that the beginning loss of territories under Harun al-Rashid worsened after the death of al-Ma'mun in 833, and that the Crusades in the 12th century resulted in a weakening of the Islamic Empire from which it never recovered. Synopsis. Set decades before the events of Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Mirage is a coming-of-age story following Basim ibn Ishaq, Li Majdaub, a street thief who will learn to fight for a cause larger than himself by becoming a hidden one under the tutelage of his mentor Roshan, Shora Agdashlu. Development. Mirage has been described as a smaller Assassin's Creed title, and that the game's length would last around 15 to 20 hours, similar to older games in the franchise. It was designed to celebrate the series' 15th anniversary, in which the team used the technology built for Valhalla to create a game that pays tribute to the first Assassin's Creed. Prior to its announcement at Ubisoft Forward on September 10, 2022, details about Mirage leaked, under the codename Rift, when it was revealed that the game started out as an expansion pack for Valhalla before being turned into a standalone release. Release. Mirage is set to be released in 2023 for PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Windows, Xbox One, Xbox Series X/S, and Amazon Luna. Shortly after the game's announcement, the title was reported as receiving an adults-only rating from the Entertainment Software Rating Board, which would have limited the number of outlets it could be distributed at in the United States, following a listing on the Xbox Store a week prior to the game's reveal, with one of the reasons being for containing real gambling. Ubisoft swiftly corrected both claims, stating the game had not been rated yet and no real gambling or loot boxes will be present in the game.